On the shores of Lake Ontario, we are back at the Duke Dome again. It is game number 8 of this development series between the Wellington Dukes and the Trenton Golden Hawks as we welcome you inside to LeHigh Arena. David Foote and Lindsay Herron here. Glad to have you with us on behalf of our entire Yourtv crew. Well, what a strange season it's been, Lindsay. This will likely be the finale of our OJHL Tonight coverage this year, and I think we've been lucky to be able to not only get in as many games as we have this season, but the quality of the games certainly has progressed, and we're seeing that here in this series as well, with Wellington picking up 2 wins in a row in this series and holding a points lead, giving us again a chance to have a game 8 that actually means something.
Yeah, it's great to see the energy still continue. Welcome back, David. We missed you on Monday. Massive thanks to Dan Malta, who filled in for David Foote for Game 7. But yeah, I mean, Footy, just as we saw last week with Wellington Dukes, lots of great momentum.
They have been busy over the course of the last few months, and you can guess that they'd probably like an afternoon or 2 off, and they will get them once we finish off this finale of our exhibition season here on the OJHL tonight. Dukes in their home whites and Trenton in the road golds as we get underway here this afternoon from LeHigh Arena. Puck in behind the Wellington net, knocked to the near side corner. Trenton forecheck alive and well again as it's played back to the point. Shot on and caught in a crowd and ends up harmlessly over by the far boards. He's shifty as that Tyler Ignazito, and despite his size, always happy to go to those rough and tumble areas of the ice, whether it's the corner or the front of the net. Here's a chance that gets deflected and goes wide. Morrow, though, was ready for it. Played out in front, steered back away. Ignazito had the stick slashed out of his hands, no call. Now James White banks it to himself off the boards, feeds it to Brody McDougall, and those two are away. White trying to get in a position to shoot. He did, and kicked away by the right pad of Will Nguyen. Another one on the way, deflects high and off the end glass, and force his way out of the defensive end. And just able to do so as LaVille back going the wrong way. Turns it up ice again, makes a nice move to his left. Here's LaVille trying to center, and a sprawling Hamilton broke that up. Puck comes back out into the slot. Bent back to the line. Fired through traffic, hit a Golden Hawk body in front, and the rebound is kicked out by Morrow as Trenton can't capitalize on what was their best sequence of the period offensively, based on how these games have gone. But
yeah, well, Brody McDougall is a perfect example. He got in trouble a lot with the refs at the beginning of the first couple of games with the Hasty Peas series, but you raise a good point, especially with the Mason Reeves, right? How will he develop?
Here's a chance for the Hawks at the end of the period, and it will not turn into anything. Mason Reeves with a little body work on Ryan Glazer as the horn sounds. And back at the LeHigh Arena in Wellington, no score between the Dukes and Golden Hawks. Trenton out shooting the Dukes 9-8 in that first period, just waiting for the teams to get back and the officials as well. We just have gotten used to it by now.
Well, another thing I don't think I realized I got acclimatized to, David, was the fact Dan Malta was just kind of mentioning how cold it is in the Duke Dome, something that you and I kind of get so used to with our double shirts on these days.
And the Golden Hawks will get down the ice and are celebrating. But it's tough to tell with all those bodies where the puck is. Can barely see Ethan Morrow in the crowd, and Golden Hawks are still celebrating. Danny Emerson and Chris Galway will have to get together. And we'll have to see what we can see, and they will call it no goal. Yeah, tough to figure how a puck's going to end up in the net with that many bodies around the goal mouth.
Yeah, we'll take a look as Ryan Glazer continues to put his hands up in disbelief, charging through Ethan Morrow and then stumbling a little bit on the back edge of his skate. Net off for sure as we saw the crowd there.
Hamilton digging at it against Caron. Gets a little bit of help. Now it's pushed forward for Barrett Joint. In on the right wing side, passing it into the slot. Good hard shot from Dubois, and Nguyen will make the save. Nice transition play by Wellington there to get the opportunity, and Will Nguyen is continuing to complain about this rough patch of ice in the crease. It's right around that area where he just pushed off from. And you can see as soon as he stands up, he and the linesman take a look at it. Puck is gloved out of the Trenton zone. Dukes come in again. Joint's shot off a stick, fluttered through the goal crease and didn't trouble Nguyen at all. Joint on the far side boards. Works it back to the near point. Addison plays it off the active boards, tapped out in front, and a nice save again by Nguyen as Barrett Joint gets another opportunity. There's a crafty play from the Wellington Dukes. Addison purposely plays it off the end boards, and Kasurko, who is still relatively new to the Duke Dome, reads that play and tips it out front. And Barrett Joint just not able to finish. Breakout pass was deflected. Matthews trying to tip it to himself. Cooper Matthews will chase Caron in behind the goal, and that's a rookie on a veteran down there, and Matthews doing all right for himself. 15 seconds left, chance for one more rush for Trenton. Played off the glass, glove down at center. 10 seconds to go as the Dukes come back in. Nice pickpocket by LaVille. Can't find a man up ahead, so the Dukes will just dump it in again, and that'll do it. So Wellington and Trenton continue to play scoreless in this eighth and final game of the development series. Will Nguyen is, I think, having a conversation with Ethan Morrow about the ice conditions down in the crease. We'll see if they get those fixed over the course of the break. No score between the Dukes and Golden Hawks. You're watching the season finale of the OJHL tonight on Yourtv. Back here at LeHigh Arena in Wellington, Game 8 of the Spring Development Series between the Trenton. Got bodies all over the place, and Boyer trying to get away. McDougall bumps into him and falls. McDougall trying to stuff it from the corner and kept out by Nguyen. Great move to get away here by DeCipio on a one-on-one with Dietz. DeCipio has help coming, drops it off. There's a pass across. Morrow makes the save, and he'll hold on as well after a real... Jacques Dubois at the point, slipped down, back into the middle. Dubois lifted his head and lost the puck, and now passing it back to the D, and a breakaway opportunity here for Glazer. He is stopped by Ethan Morrow. Well, Jacques Dubois in with a little head tap for his goaltender because he got a little bit ahead of himself, lifted his head, and couldn't pull the trigger on the shot. And Glazer just blowing away from the crowd, and Morrow making the stop, reading it the whole way. And then holding out his arm to make sure he didn't slide back into the net. Yeah, right there. Games Kitchen the first one to it. Now up ahead here for McDougall with some space. McDougall shot stopped. The rebound also kicked away by Nguyen for the Trenton Golden Hawks. I like that move. I like that move by Peter Goulet. You might as well go for it. Caron in to take the draw. Won by the Dukes. McGuire plays it around. Near side corner. White trying to drag it and get out. Now Ignazito can't force it free. Passed into the middle and across. Here's a shot attempt that gets chipped off the glass and out. This one is headed toward the empty cage. And it didn't go in, but it will on the second effort. James White taps in an empty netter, and the Dukes will win the Spring Development Series. "12 seconds to go here. Golden Hawks will just flip it out to neutral ice. Ben Addison will back it up across to Cole McGuire. And time will run out on this 2020-2021 pandemic-shortened season. The Wellington Dukes cap it off on a high note. They win this Spring Development Series by an 11-7 score on points. They pick up the 1-0 win in Game 8 over the Trenton Golden Hawks.
as Ben Addison gets a hug there from Barrett Joint.
So the Dukes celebrating here, and they exact a little bit of revenge, Lindsay, on the Golden Hawks from the Hasty Peas Cup, which Trenton came back to win. And a big moment for some of these guys as their junior careers come to an end, and they're off to the next chapter. Evan Miller will head to RIT, or an elbow tap, or the gloves-on handshake. As, again, we've been so lucky this season, and these teams have been so lucky to have an opponent inside the same health unit so close together to be able to get these games on. This could have been a lost year for a lot of these players, and for so many players across the country, it has been. And we've been lucky enough to be able to see some hockey games and to work some hockey games, and for these guys to play some hockey games. So it's, given the circumstances, it's been a lot of fun this year.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of things to work around, and lots of many players behind the scenes here. So massive thank you to the arena staff in Trenton and here in Wellington, keeping everybody safe and all the protocols in check and making sure we can safely conduct these games with everything else involved. So no, it's been really great to be a part of this series, Dave, and to really kind of watch the development and the end of many OJHL careers with Ben Addison, Brody McDougall, and others who we've had on the Yourtv programs for many years now. Yeah,
so with that, we will say goodbye again on behalf of our amazing Yourtv volunteer crew, and for Lindsay here as well, David Foote saying thanks again so much for joining us for another season of the OJHL tonight. We'll see you next time.